Fox Sports Net brings you the Illinois High School Association 1999 Girls State Singles Tennis Championship. Margaret Purcell of Lake Forest against Chrissy Nolan of Glenbrook South. And welcome to the northwest suburbs. It is cold, it is blustery. I'm Mike Lederman along with Corky Layton. Corky, the conditions here are as severe as anything we've ever seen the kids have to play in.
Yes, Mike, this is the coldest thing I've ever seen. We had a little bit of wind last year, but this is very, very cold.
Temperatures hovering around the mid-40s. We will see what that does to our contestants. And Christine Nolan, trying for her third straight singles championship. That's going to be quite a record.
She's a very tough competitor, again, going for the three-peat. She's taken Margaret out of this match, out of this tournament the last 2 years, and I think we're looking for a very strong match between the two of them.
Well, Chrissy Nolan certainly used to playing in severe conditions. Three-set matches are her specialty. Margaret Purcell, your student, your player, as you are the assistant coach at Lake Forest. Full disclosure here, folks, on Fox Sports Net. What's she got to do differently to come away with a victory that Chrissy's had the last two times they played?
Well, she's physically and mentally a lot stronger this year. I think she has an idea of what she's going to do. I think she's going to try to move Chrissy a lot more, but I was watching Chrissy play earlier, and she looked very tough.
All right, well, warm up with us. We'll bring you all the action right here when we come back. Clouds that dot the sky here in northwest suburban Chicago in Mount Prospect. Well, there's the weather, and believe it or not, we're playing tennis. 46 degrees, the winds north at 30, and they're gusting higher than that. Partly cloudy, no rain in the forecast, and well, we don't know if that's a good thing, Corky, because if we're raining, we'd be indoors.
And a lot warmer.
That's right. Well, we have to give a lot of credit to these players for coming out, certainly, and playing in this. There is Chrissy Nolan. She is looking for a third straight singles championship. On the way, she has beaten Margaret Purcell in the last two tournaments. There is Margaret from Lake Forest High School, and she is looking to dethrone Chrissy, as both are seniors now.
They played in a little bit of wind last year in the finals, but this is really something else.
And both players, well, what can we look for from both of them? They really are very consistent. They are baseliners. They are not, as we have seen, servant volleyers by any stretch of the imagination. It's a lot of patience here and a lot of ground strokes.
Chrissy's going to rely, she's got a big forehand. She's going to look on ways to set up points so that she can unload on that forehand to the open court. Margaret is a scrambler. She's going to move the ball around. She's going to try to catch Chrissy off balance. She's in tremendous shape, although Chrissy looked very strong. And you know, this is going to be a tough match for both of them.
As we mentioned in the opening to the program, Corky, of course, you being the assistant coach at Lake Forest High School have seen certainly a lot more of Margaret than of Chrissy. What's her mental state now? She's going against the person who's beaten her the last 2 years. Is she extra pumped?
I think she's extra pumped. I think the interesting thing is that she's had a chance to focus on one person, you know, and I think unfortunately Chrissy has to take on all the challengers, and you know, Margaret's been focused on this match with Chrissy for a year now.
And you have to give Chrissy a lot of credit. As you say, everybody guns for number one, and here she is. She has come through, as we look at Margaret, an undefeated season. As a matter of fact, Chrissy Nolan has won 79 consecutive matches. That's a record the LA Lakers would, you know, would pale in comparison to back in the early 70s when they won 33 in a row. 79 straight matches, and the last person to beat Chrissy Nolan, no other than Margaret Purcell, and that was back 2 years ago during the season when they were both sophomores. So we are just about set to go. Our chair umpire this afternoon, Janice Lumpkin, the veteran umpire in the chair, who is perched there right now and very, very bundled up. She is from Naperville, and we are just about set to get underway. Again, Chrissy Nolan will be the third person to win 3 singles titles. Susie Replogle, and then Susie Yeager. And you remember Susie Yeager actually back in the late 70s, early 80s, won 3 straight. Susie Replogle won as a freshman and then one as a senior and junior, or junior and senior. We are set to get underway. Purcell against Nolan. Well, her given name Christine, but everybody calls her Chrissy. Purcell to serve from the north or far court, and the wind is going to be blowing from north to south, actually out of the northwest. So if you look at The wide shot, actually, they look like they're going hunting with all that gear on. Game one. So the wind is going to blow from the top left to the bottom right of your picture. It's going to create havoc for these players to go with the low temperatures. And Purcell had an additional problem there. The sun right in her eyes as she went up for the overhead.
Right, Nolan did a good job of moving the ball around the court that time. Drove the ball deep down the line, and then the short ball to bring Purcell in. Okay, reaching for that ball. Purcell barely gets her racket on. Ball goes in the net.
At 15 love. That one got launched.
Over the fence.
You know, but Corky, we've seen both these girls not afraid to hit those flat ground strokes. You certainly are going to have problems lobbing, but now the layer of clothing begin to peel. Against Kate Williams in the semifinal, both these players ended up playing bare-legged. I mean, it was, I didn't know what they were thinking. They were going to join the Polar Bear Club.
They finally got warmed up enough. They had to take those clothes off because they really slow them down.
Love 30. Kate from Hinsdale Central, she was out there and just, you know, the short tennis dress, and somebody said something about, well, the tank top's next, and I didn't see that.
Good athlete, used to the cold weather, I guess.
Yes. Well, Purcell down 3 break points.
Here, underneath that underspin backhand makes it tough for anybody to get that ball back. There she is, driving the forehand.
Back to live action. Love 40 here. First game, first set. And there's an example of the wind, Corky.
Wind just sucked that ball right into the ground. These girls are going to have to use their feet and watch the ball because it's not going to be where they thought it was when it leaves the other person's racket.
It's got to be tough for them to get loose as well.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
hard. Good first serve by Purcell.
And Chrissy had a little trouble timing that one because the ball turned left in the air.
It's almost like you're playing against somebody hitting knuckleballs at you.
Yeah. Well, it's swirling and it's strong, but it keeps changing.
And Chrissy Nolan gets the break and wins the first game, first set.
Yeah, that last ball dropped on Purcell. She wasn't moving into the ball enough, and the ball dropped. She came over the top and it went in the net. Here's the topspin backhand. And in the net. The wind's tough out there. Very tricky for these girls. They're going to have a real challenge on their hands.
Nolan talking to her coach, Scott Greenspan. And it's a good thing, you know, in this situation that the high school coaches can be with the players because they're going to need to be talking to them as the frustration level mounts when the ball just goes every which way.
And I think in this cold weather, the coaches need to talk to the players to make sure that they're still out there.
Still right, that their jaws still work and that they actually have a pulse. And looking, there's your buddy,
Robert Wagman.
coach of Lake Forest.
Looking very dapper in his blue
parka.
Yeah, parka. His wife calls that a shower curtain.
So Nolan to serve at 1-love, first set. A repeat of last year's final, won by Nolan in 3. Nolan missing the forehand.
Well, again, she opened up the court with a drop shot, Chrissy did, Then tried to drive that forehand, just hit it a little too low.
Good answer by Nolan.
Well, Purcell hustling in to hit that backhand, but Nolan right there just drilled the ball down the line before she could get back in position.
All.
Purcell didn't get under that one, ended up in the net.
It's going to be a real challenge to get to the ball, keep your knees bent, stay low. I mean, that ball will just die.
Okay, here's Purcell trying to get underneath that ball and just not quite low enough. It's a great serve. Nolan again with the short underspin, and Purcell hits it long.
40-15.
There, that wind picked up right in the middle of Margaret's swing. She got caught off balance and netted the ball. Good rally, both players.
You know what I noticed there was that Nolan had Purcell going side to side. She was just lining up her shots, firing, taking her time. You'll see it here.
Here's Purcell running side to side, and again, pulled off balance and it's the ball in the net.
So Purcell now to serve, love two.
Okay. Nolan using her racket skills to clear the court of some debris there.
There's a lot of stuff blowing around today. And here you're serving into the wind, and your toss could get knocked down easily. Got to be very, very tough. Good shot right on the baseline by Purcell.
Great depth by Purcell, and that's a tough shot to hit because she's hitting dead into the wind, but caught Nolan off balance. The interesting thing to notice here is when the ball, here comes Purcell stepping in, drove that one. That was the winner right there. But a ball that bounces the same depth on both sides will go deeper when it's hit from the far side, and the player on the far side can play inside the baseline almost.
30 love.
30 love as Chrissy nets the forehand.
Now we'll see if her flatter strokes on that side give her any problem, because the wind is way behind her. 30 miles an hour. It's a lot of wind.
Purcell with a good forcing cross court.
Okay, Margaret wrong-footed her that time. Chrissy was trying to get back to the middle when the ball came back, and the ball was behind her on the forehand side.
Either player wasting a lot of time between points.
Just wide.
And Purcell wins the game at love, so she is on the board.
Nolan did a great job opening up the court there, just missed the line by a couple inches.
Well, you look at Chrissy Nolan, and of course, Corky, you and I first saw her in this setting a couple of years ago. She has grown an inch taller. She is stronger, and right now she's in the lead. We're back. There's the Lake Forest side of things. Margaret Purcell has broken through at least to win a game, and let's take a look at that last point.
Okay, here's Nolan running Purcell around the court. Goes for that wide ball, just barely wide down the line.
So Nolan to serve with a break, leading 2-1. Purcell netting the backhand, has taken off the warm-up pants, so she's...
Yeah, layer by layer,
Yeah.
they're getting down there.
Oh. Chrissy has so far kept everything on. A wise decision, we might add.
Yeah. Lucky not to be up here.
Yeah, we're in the tower. It's even breezier up here, but that's the noise you hear is the wind whistling through our microphones.
Good depth by Purcell there. Nolan didn't quite get a racket around on it. Ball ended up in the net.
We're talking about how Chrissy Nolan's grown over the past couple of years. Her parents said it was tougher for her last year to defend than to get to this point as a senior. She felt a lot of pressure, of course, as defending champion coming back after a sophomore win. That was somewhat unexpected.
Yeah, the wind got that one. There's that right to left or left to right wind as you're looking at it.
15-30.
Purcell going down the line, but in the net again. Trying to open up the court.
30 all.
Oh, and there's the wind caught that one. That ball might have hit the line on a calm day. It was out by about 5 feet.
Well, it was a good rally.
Very
Dueling
good rally.
backhands much of it, but Purcell forcing Nolan back.
Here's Chrissy's backhand, driving that ball.
Back to live action now on break
She is
point.
driving through that backhand.
Now we're a deuce. Neither player, of course, known for a particularly strong serve, but on a day like this, they're basically trying to get it in the box.
Just get it in the box, right? Good depth by Nolan. Purcell nets a backhand. Didn't get under that ball with her legs enough.
It's a couple of times that's happened to Margaret. She's talking to herself about that. And once again, so Nolan holds.
Well, the wind is knocking this ball down, and when it drops short, Purcell's not moving in enough, and that's why a lot of those have gone into the net. Okay, here's Nolan.
Yeah. That's Chrissy, all right. Okay, game 5. Purcell in the far court, Nolan in the near court.
Okay, Nolan got a good jump on that ball. She saw Purcell go down to try to get underneath it. Scott Greenspan urging her on. She really attacked that last backhand.
Nolan now, again, taking slow but sure command of this match. She's up a break. And leads 15-11 this game. Purcell is having, seems again, more problems with the wind than Chrissy is at this point. Margaret to serve, love 15.
Love 30.
Well, what can you say?
Purcell was there. She had the open court.
That's what you could say.
Smacked the ball in the bottom of the net. Got to make those.
Early in the match, that's been a consistent problem for Purcell.
Right.
You know, she did everything right, Margaret did, except win that point.
Right. It's just execution at the end of the point. Okay, here's Chrissy going after that ball. Really stretched out. Got her racket on it. Hustling back. Great balance on that shot.
Triple break point here against Purcell.
Just caught the top of the net. That's a great point. Great drive by Nolan at the end down the line. Gutsy shot. She had the court wide open, but Purcell put the ball in the net.
And you see how the strength of Chrissy Nolan has improved from the last couple of years. We'll watch it here.
Here she comes. Drills it down the line. Purcell can't quite get it over the net.
So on the changeover, Nolan headed to the University of Michigan. She's got a scholarship there. Scott Greenspan talking to her. We told you 73 matches in a row she's won coming into the tournament. 6 more here. This will be the 7th over the 3-day period. It's been a grueling tournament for everybody. The weather has been just so cold. And I know, Corky, you had some matches had to go indoors. It just got too dark and too cold to play.
Yeah, it was very difficult for the players at the end of Saturday. You know, they were on their 3rd match, some were on their 4th match, and it was getting very dark, and they decided around 5:30 that everybody was going inside to finish it off.
Well, we breed them tough here in Illinois, I tell you. It's really a tribute to the players coming out of this area, with so many of the warm weather states having players who can play all year round. Here in Illinois, you've got to fight for court time, and conditions when you're outside are so unpredictable. This is probably, and again, there's just no way to get around it, the most extreme situation, even though it's a bright day right now. Temperatures in the 40s, wind gusts over 30 miles an hour. Makes it a challenge that takes strategy and just throws it right out the window.
Okay.
And it's good for the announcers because we're up here and there's, got to show you where we are. We're quite a perch.
Purcell took her headband off now.
Okay, well, geez, I
Yeah.
hope this match doesn't go too long. Nolan to serve 1-4-1. Maybe it's that side of the court.
Unforced error again. Ball dropped. That wind made the ball die, and Nolan didn't get under it enough. Here we are.
That's
up
us.
on the perch.
Hello, folks.
Here we are.
Waiting, watching the mast. Hello. Our producer director Mark Clausen.
Oh,
and
that's
our crew, and a good
fine
forehand.
shot by Purcell. That's what she wants. She's looking for that short ball so she can take Chrissy off the court. That's probably her first opportunity to do that this match so far, though, because Nolan has kept the ball so deep.
And believe it or not, that's the first game where she's actually pulled ahead. Love 30 here.
Okay, short ball by Nolan. Purcell didn't get in quite far enough, and the ball ends up in the net.
Well, there's a drop shot, and Purcell thought she had it.
Unusual to see Nolan at the net.
Yes.
Either one of them too much what to do here.
So what am
Purcell
I
takes
here
a
for?
great effort here just to get to the ball, and then Nolan pops it back into the court.
And we're at 30 all. Wind has picked up considerably now.
A great rally by both players. Purcell a little off balance. Netted that last backhand. Both driving the ball and through it. Dealing with this huge wind here.
Good ground strokes. 40-30. And Nolan comes back to take the game and go up 5-1 first set.
Purcell again, another backhand in the net. A little off balance there. Nolan in control. Purcell to serve.
Try to stay in this set.
And that ball got knocked down by the wind at the last second. Nolan didn't adjust and the ball's in the net. Here's Nolan stepping in, thinking she's going to step into a backhand. All of a sudden the ball just drops, barely gets a racket on it.
15 love.
30 love.
And another loose forehand by Chrissy Nolan. Double fault
30-15.
number 1 for Purcell.
Oh, fortunate top of the net there.
For
Ball
Chrissy
dropped
Nolan.
short. Yep.
And we're 30 all. Again, both players serving quickly. Well,
30.
Margaret tried to answer the same way, but the ball just fell on the wrong side of the court for her.
Again, the ball drops a little shorter than she expects and she gets caught off balance. Ball ends up, again, just barely not enough.
Set point here for Nolan on the break.
Game.
And
First
that's
set, Pembroke
not the
South,
way Purcell wants to
6-1.
go out, certainly not at set point. So first set goes to Chrissy Nolan, 6-1. They'll change ends. We'll start the second set here at the Illinois High School State Championship. Stay with us. As we're back here at Prospect High School, starting the second set, Chrissy Nolan, who won the first set 6-1 over Margaret Purcell.
Second
Nolan
set.
to serve here in the near court, looking for her third straight state championship.
Love.
Nolan hit that serve at about 25 miles an hour. Purcell didn't move in on it at all. That's why it ended up in the net.
And that was long as
Off
caught
frame.
in frame.
Again, missed time. First set she hit one over the fence. That one was only long by 2 or 3 feet.
Purcell's really got to make up her mind here. The conditions are terrible. She's down a set, lost it badly. She's got to come back here. Otherwise, this thing is going to be over in about 5 minutes. Their history is one of
40
three
love.
setters and long drawn-out matches, but
Points are going pretty quick, but right now,
yeah.
there, she's got that ball up way high, but she comes around and puts a little bit of spin on it.
And the ball dropped again.
Forehand in the net. There's those wind. The wind is gusting and shifting, and in the middle of their swings, all of a sudden, it's not in the same place it was when it started out. Here's Nolan getting ready to swing at a ball, and it's just not where she thought it was.
Still, game point here at 40-15. Well, good combination by Purcell, right?
Good depth to the forehand side, produced a short ball by Nolan. Purcell came in and drove the ball to the opposite corner.
Longest rally of the
Long
match.
rally. Backhand to backhand.
Glenbrook South leads 1 set to love.
And Nolan takes game one after winning set one, 6-1. Well, moment of decision here for Margaret Purcell. She has got to get on track as we take a look at the rally.
This long rally here, backhand to backhand, and then finally one backhand in the net.
It seems if you're playing in these conditions and you get down, it is much tougher to try to get that adrenaline going and fight your way out of it.
It
If
is.
you get your opponent down, you can probably keep him or her down much easier in these kinds of conditions.
You're using an awful lot of energy just to stay out there, and you can't afford to let your mental outlook drop because it's hard to pump yourself back up again. You see the girls jumping around trying to stay warm, trying to keep themselves pumped up and looking for their shots. But again, once you get behind out here, it's very difficult.
Speaking of staying warm, the fans have come, and a nice crowd, both from Glenbrook South and Lake Forest. Neither a terrible far distance from where we are here in Mount Prospect. And they're all bundled up. I mean, this is the kind of Bears weather. Or folks up north, we don't want to say Green Bay, but it's very cold. Purcell serving love one, second set. You watch the way, Corky, that ball curves from the left to the right.
It's amazing how much effect the wind has on the ball here.
Good point.
Well, long rally. Nolan kept heading deeper and more angle, and Purcell's kept getting shorter and closer to the center of the court. And here's the end of that point. Great angle by Nolan to end it.
At 15-all, you're looking at Chrissy Nolan. Purcell to serve, and
15-all.
brief hold up there, just checking the score.
Well, Purcell's serve is stronger in general than Nolan's serve, but again, in these conditions, it's just getting it in play, because most of the point is being played out after that serve's hit.
The toss is an adventure.
Yeah. Purcell trying to open up the court and move Nolan around, but trouble getting the ball over the net.
Well, Chrissy Nolan is someone who's got tremendous endurance and tremendous consistency, and she's using both today.
You watch her run, she just glides around the court.
You know, physically not imposing, certainly. She's not going to overwhelm you with that. But just think back to a couple of years ago where she was in a 3-set match with as Chrissy wins game 2 on the service break with Michelle Matko. And Michelle was going for a championship, a lot of pressure on her, and Chrissy was this really unheard of little sophomore who seemed to be getting wiped off the court, came back and won a couple of tiebreakers.
Yeah.
She lost a tiebreaker in the first set, won the second set, and won a tiebreaker in the third.
In fact, she had just come out of a very difficult 3-set match with Margaret, I believe, to play against Michelle.
Michelle. This is 2 years ago, actually. They had the tiebreaker in the second set, and then Chrissy won the third.
The wind got under that one.
30 love.
Nolan driving that forehand, closing into the net. Purcell trying to get that lob up in the air, and the wind takes it sideways. Here's that big forehand, moving in behind it, and the lob goes wide.
Anything hit to the right is going to carry way to the east. 30 love here.
Unforced error from Nolan. Hasn't made too many on her forehand side. No.
Yeah.
She reached up for a big serve.
And there.
Not quite enough on that second serve.
So we're at 30-all. Nolan hasn't lost a set in this tournament. Purcell had one 3-set match in the 4th round against Karen Faldudo of Immaculate Conception. Dropped the first set, then came back to win 1 and 3.
And had a 3-setter with Williams in the semis right before this.
Right. Williams, Kate Williams with Hinsdale Central, last year's doubles champion. Got to the semifinals as a singles player this year. We'll probably see Kate next year because she's only a junior. And Purcell. Now the Janice Lumpkin had something from the chair. Let's see if we can pick up what was going on. Maybe a ball was on the court.
I believe there's a misunderstanding between the line judge and the umpire here. Girls are in the middle of the point here. Margaret drives this ball. Chrissy doesn't try because it's been called a let already by the chair umpire.
All right, so we're back at 30-all.
Purcell came over that forehand a little too much. Ball ended up in the net. Again, on this side, you're just slugging that ball into this 30-mile-an-hour wind. You got to get it up high enough before you bring it down.
Game point here for Nolan.
Deuce.
Nolan came over that one too much. Looking for the angle and stood up. The ball's in the net.
Back to deuce.
Advantage, Glenbrook South.
Again, Purcell coming over that return on the forehand side a little too much. The ball ends up in the net. Pump herself up, trying to get ready for this one.
How about some net play?
Purcell at the net.
South lead,
But again,
3 games to
Nolan
love
regained
and 1
control.
set to love.
Purcell missed the low volley at the end.
And it's 3-love for Nolan here in the second set. She won the first set 6-1. Things going all Chrissy's way right here. She and Scott Greenspan huddling. We'll be back at Mount Prospect after this. Chrissy Nolan taking the court. She's in command of this match. 6-1 the first set, and she's up 3-love here in the second, looking to become only the third Illinois high school girl to win 3 state tennis titles. Her opponent, Margaret Purcell, to serve. And has to get going here at love 3, second set, down a set.
Hey, Nolan missing a forehand in net, trying to go for an awful lot of angle on that inside-out forehand. Ball ends up in the top of the net. Here comes Margaret driving through that backhand. Moving her feet, getting ready. And here comes the ball. That was a
Purcell is
little long.
15
with the
all.
forehand. Boy, you're looking at Nolan, and it's almost as though she's thriving in this weather.
Yeah,
She just seems to have everything under control.
strolling back and forth.
Yeah.
Slugging her ground strokes.
Yeah. Keeping the ball moving, keeping Margaret moving. Real tough there, serving into the
15-30.
sun. 15-30.
Trying to figure out how much height, how much spin you need. There's not much of a window there for these serves.
Well, the
Oh,
second
there-
let ball got her.
30 all.
I think that's the first time that Purcell's hit the top of the net that the ball's actually gone over. Most of them are bouncing back the other way. That was a great rally by both players.
(40-15). And a good, strong game from Purcell, and she needed it.
Great depth. Really stepped into that last backhand. Okay, here's Purcell stepping in the backhand. Nolan just can't quite get there, can't get a racket on the ball.
Terrific rally.
Great rally, great effort from both players that time.
Well, perhaps we were a bit premature.
Nolan set that up by drilling the ball wide to the forehand. Purcell barely got a racket on it, and then that opened up the court. Nolan hits that cross-court backhand, ends it.
deuce. And that was wide.
Just wide. Again, Purcell trying to open up the court, missed that wide sideline by about 1.5 inches.
So break point here for Nolan.
Top of the net again.
And Chrissy Nolan of Glenbrook South.
Well, I think you can see the frustration in Purcell's face here. She knows that if she's going to get back into this match and make an attempt at controlling it, she's going to have to go for more, and she's making some errors.
Tough road for her now. Nolan in the driver's seat at 4-love.
There, Purcell running Nolan from side to side there, and then hit behind her.
Probably
Nolan not ready for that.
Best point of the match, Gordon. Back, wrong-footed her, send her back.
Love forehands in a row.
Yeah. Forget it.
Okay, Purcell a little off balance, tried to hit a drop shot there. Ball popped up pretty high. Nolan picked up on it right away and was there with the forehand. Hits to the open court to win it. Here's Nolan on the run for the drop shot. Big swing and ends it.
Back to live action at 15-all. Another thing you notice about Chrissy Nolan, her footwork. She is always ready, always in position. Even if Margaret's to hit deep ground strokes, Nolan always seems to have an answer.
Here's a second serve that barely made it over the net.
Yeah. Well, she knows she's not going to beat you with the serve. She's just getting the ball in play and then doing this kind of stuff, side to side. Right there.
Unforced error from Nolan. Just kind of ran out of gas there at the end on that backhand. I don't know, maybe the wind caught that ball. She was all ready to swing at it, and all of a sudden the ball just died.
15-30.
Oh.
30-all.
So bunted that one a little flat. The wind
Yep.
didn't help her there. Needed some spin to bring that one down. That one's long. Wind died down a little bit there, and all of a sudden, Chrissy launched it, and it didn't come down.
And it's a break point for Purcell. So long. You know, she'll lay that serve in there and just dare you to do something with it.
Yep.
Let's start the point.
Yep. And with the wind behind you on the other side, there's a tendency to overhit it. That ball took a jump.
And that
Ball
was
just long.
Advantage
What
Pembroke
more can
South.
Margaret Purcell do?
I'm sure that thought's going through her mind right now.
She's just hitting out, hitting the ground strokes. We'll show
Driving
you
that
here.
ball side to side, opens up the court. Nolan on the run, just barely long there. Good effort.
Game point for Nolan.
Oh,
What a strategy. What strategy.
volley.
Pembroke South
Whoa.
leads
Get to the
5
net
love
of all
and
things and
one
hit
set
a
to
drop
love.
volley into the wind.
Nolan driving the ball all over the court, gets in there, smacks this forehand, gets jammed a little bit on this volley, but makes the best of it, hits a drop volley. Purcell hustling, but can't get there.
Well, it is 5-love in favor of that young lady, Chrissy Nolan. Up a set, up 5-love. Can nail it down here. We'll be back. Along with Corky Layton, I'm Mike Lederman and our Fox Sports Net crew here at Prospect High School in Mount Prospect. Chrissy Nolan on the verge of her 3rd straight state singles championship. She leads 1-0 and 5 games to love here in the second. Margaret Purcell of Lake Forest trying to get on the board here and climb back in this match.
Oh, just wide. Again, Purcell trying to open up the court. That wind caught the ball right at the end and took it wide.
Conditions, if you're just joining us, brutal would be kind. It would also be an improvement. Winds upward of 30 miles an hour, temperatures in the 40s. It is cruel out there. Hasn't bothered Chrissy Nolan.
Oh, wind came along a little too late for that one. Purcell going down the line, hoping for a little wind, and the ball went wide.
Nolan 2 points from championship. Have to give the fans credit. Certainly the Lions people, we want to say before we go too much further, how much we appreciate their work. They can't even move around on a day like this. Well, all that much.
There's an unforced error from Nolan. Overtopped that backhand on the return.
You hear the wind whistling. It is howling.
There's another backhand in the net. Good spin serve by Purcell. Did a good job just chasing after that toss. That ball blew about a foot after she tossed it up.
We told you, especially on this side of the court, a toss is a challenge. Chrissy with the answer again, and we're at championship point.
30-40.
Again, Nolan sticking with that cross-court forehand, getting it wider and wider. Purcell trying to hustle back into the middle to balance the court.
Well, Chrissy's expression
Nolan.
hasn't changed all day.
That's right.
Now she's at championship point. Championship number 3. And there it is, game, set, match, championship number 3. Chrissy Noland of Glenbrook South High School in the most incredible, inhuman conditions has done it. A hug from Coach Scott Greenspan. Now the expression can finally change to the big smile. And the two shake hands over Margaret Purcell of Lake Forest.
Well, a great match. Purcell just didn't seem to be able to get it going today. A lot of long rallies moving Nolan around the court, but Nolan's forehand, she's mobbed.
Friends, teammates, and parents are around here too. A happy time on a cold day. Our congratulations to Chrissy Nolan of Glenbrook South High School. We'll be back with more right after this. Well, there's your story. A sweeping victory and 3rd consecutively. 96, check it, 97, 98, and 99 for Chrissy Nolan in the Illinois State Tennis Tournament. The IHSA singles title goes to Chrissy. Our Pepsi play of the match is match point.
Always tough to close out match points here. Staying in the point, driving the ball back and forth. Nice backhand exchange here. Nolan driving across court. Finally, Purcell in the net. Tough day.
Story
Valiant
of the match.
effort.
You know, whatever Margaret threw, Chrissy had just at least one more. 6-love, 6-1 over Margaret Purcell. 6-1, 6-love, we should say. There's a hug with Coach Scott Greenspan, coach of Glenbrook South, and that's the story. We'll be back and talk to the winner after this. Back at courtside, that's your story. Chrissy Nolan, her 3rd straight Illinois High School Association Girls Singles Championship. 6-1, 6-love over Margaret Purcell. Chrissy, congratulations. Number 3, was this the hardest?
Actually, I was more relaxed this year than I've ever been, and I think last year was the toughest one because I had a lot of pressure on me. And in sophomore year, it was so unexpected that I didn't even think about winning.
You know, we were talking about that with your mom and dad, how it seemed that this year you've had a much easier time of things, of being a senior and going out and making your college visits.
Yeah, I think that helped me in the final, knowing where I'm going to college, and since I've already won twice, I know Margaret, she's never won it, so I can see her feeling a little bit more pressure in the final.
Well, it's interesting, too, because here you are, you're coming to a 3rd championship, and these conditions had to be brutal. How did you adapt to the way the weather was today? What'd you do?
Well, I think I just had to be more consistent. I couldn't necessarily go for lines. Indoors, I would hit out on every ball. I like to be aggressive, but today I knew I had to be consistent, and Margaret doesn't make a lot of mistakes, so I just tried to play smart tennis. I moved her up, I drove her back, and it worked. They mentioned that how I was hitting a lot of short balls, and I think that was working from the beginning for me, so I just kept on doing it.
The wind was swirling all over the place. It made the toss on the serve impossible. You obviously weren't using the serve as a terribly offensive weapon.
Well, both of us, the glare was bad on that side, and the wind on this side, it was so difficult to get a lot of power in your serve. So we were just, at times I was pushing in the court. I think the serve is the one thing that fails when you get a little nervous also, and both of us, I think, just wanted to not lose a point from double faults. Right. So it definitely was not a weapon for either of us, though.
Yeah, we're just using it to start the points.
Yeah.
What happens now? Of course, you have a wonderful senior year looking forward to, but college, can you show us where you're going to go to school?
I'm going to Michigan.
Now you can show us now. It's okay. There we go. See that?
Shirt.
Okay. You're going to be a Wolverine. Play a little tennis there.
Yes, I'm really excited about that. I liked Ann Arbor, and I liked the team, and academic-wise, it was great. So.
And here you are with a legacy of your own for the state of Illinois, only the 2nd person to win 3 straight and only the 3rd to ever win 3. How does that feel?
Feels great. I didn't even think about that, though, going into the match. I just knew I was playing Margaret, and we were going to have a competitive match. So, and I just can't believe it, winning 3. My dream was always to win 1, and now I've won 3. So
Well, you're a terrific person as well as a terrific tennis player. Chrissy, congratulations. Chrissy Nolan, our champion here at the IHSA State Tennis Finals for the 3rd straight year. Corky and I will be back to wrap things up in just a minute.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Chrissy Nolan, for the 3rd year in a row, the Illinois High School State Singles Tennis Champion. What a scene as mom, dad, the family, and of course a lot of friends are just thrilled for Chrissy, who becomes only the 3rd person in the 28-year history of this tournament to win 3 titles. Here's our final point as she closes out 6-1, 6-love over a game. Margaret Purcell of Lake Forest. Chrissy Nolan from Glenbrook South High School, your champion. Well, our special thanks to everybody concerned with the tournament, connected with the tournament. Of course, a special thanks to Gene Walker, who is retiring after many, many years as the tournament manager, tournament director. And our thanks to her, and of course to Beth Hauser and all the people at the IHSA. So for Corky Layton, I'm Mike Liederman saying so long from Prospect High School in Mount Prospect. This has been a production of Fox Sports Net. Fox Sports Net brings you the Girls Illinois High School Association Tennis Doubles Championship. And welcome to cold, blustery, almost snowy Prospect High School here in Mount Prospect, Illinois. Perfect weather for tennis. Absolutely has to be. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Lederman along with Corky Layton. The doubles championships this year, boy, is this a first. It has to be. Sets of identical twins competing, the Matcos and the Martins. It's like the Hatfields and McCoys, only it's a lot friendlier, I suppose.
Right. The Matcos actually have taken out the Martins the last 2 years, so
maybe it won't be that friendly.
Not so friendly.
Absolutely. From West Aurora, the Matcos, they have won this title twice. They are looking for a third championship in 4 years. No other doubles team has ever done that. Stephanie and Natalie. That is Stephanie on the right, Corky, unless it's Natalie.
I don't know. We're going to stay confused, I think, all day, Mike, on that one.
All right, and their opponents, co-number one seeds in this tournament from Barrington High School, also twins, the Martins. That is Ashley on the right, we know that, and her sister Carlin on the left.
I'm still going to stay confused, I'm sure.
Well, let's talk strategy a little bit. What do you see from these two teams? Obviously, they know each other well.
They know each other well. I think you're going to see both teams trying to come in, but again, the Matcos have a very deliberate style of doubles. They're going to try to confuse the Martins. They've had the experience of beating them before, and I think that you're going to see the same sort of thing again.
Okay, well, warm up with us. We'll bring you all the doubles action right here in just a minute. Well, the scene at Prospect High School, and it looks cold, and it is. Weather forecast right now is for more of the same. Cold and blustery. There you see 46 degrees the temperature. Well, the humidity's low, Corky. That's nice.
That'll
but the
help.
wind coming out of the north at 22 miles an hour, and gusts have to be closer to 30. And the forecast partly cloudy. And there you see the Matco sisters from West Aurora High School, or Aurora West. And they will be at the far end to start.
On the north side.
On the north side.
With the wind behind them.
And the whistling you hear through our microphones, and we'll tell you that right now, as you look at C.C. Cahill coaches Barrington squad, Carlin and Ashley Martin.
And the Martins to serve.
And immediately it's 15 love. Ashley Martin.
Everybody's going to be struggling with this wind today. It's hard to serve in it.
Good volley by Natalie Matko.
Both teams doing a good job of communicating. The wind's blowing this ball around so much they don't know who's going to be taking the ball, so they keep calling it back and forth.
Stephanie Matko to receive here. And a nice approach again. 15-30.
That ball hung in the wind.
So 15-30. Natalie Matko threw up the lob, but Ashley Martin had the answer, so we're at 30 all.
I think that's going to be a real typical point for this match, where the Matco's stuck in one-up, one-back situation. The Martins trying to come in and take advantage, trying to put the ball away.
And that wind just took that toss and drove it right into the ground. You can see Ashley trying to be sure here. Great cross court, Stephanie.
Terrific angle. Again, the Martins trying to close in on the net, just not getting in quite close enough to cut off that angle.
Here's a good look at Brian Brooks, coach of West Aurora. His team facing a break point first game. is in the books. Fans are here in good numbers and well bundled up, I'll tell you that.
Hear the West Aurora cheer in the background. Good look at the Matcos there, talking to their coach. Talking over their strategy, getting ready to go here.
Double check the score for you.
Stephanie Matko to serve for Aurora West.
Here's Stephanie to serve.
Misjudged the wind there. Hit that directly into the wind, but the wind wasn't strong enough to keep it in.
Now serving to Carlin Martin.
You can see the effect of the wind there. Stephanie's backed up all the way to the fence trying to get that ball back, and actually had to take one step, and almost the ball didn't almost get over the net.
Love 30.
And here's the put away. No chance for that ball. Once it got up in the wind, it was gone.
So we're at love 30 here, game 2. Ashley Martin to receive from Stephanie Matko. Yeah, 2 sets of identical twins. Boy, is that fun.
Yeah, let's hope they keep on the same sides of the court. I'm going to have trouble with this one. There's the wind again. Knocking that ball down.
Triple breaker now against the Matkos.
So girls have to slug the ball from the south side.
Which is the near side to us.
To us.
And here's Stephanie down love 40. Carlin missing that one.
Carlin had an idea. Natalie started to poach and just missed that one wide down the alley.
Now again, both teams, of course, have played the semifinals earlier today and here in the finals, so they've had this weather all day. And they're the first to tell you it's no fun. I think we're the second. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, right.
Again, 15-40, Stephanie Matko to serve.
There's the wind again. Second serves. These girls have to really hit out on their second serves, and that's taken a big chance. But with this wind, they're going to have to do it if they want to be able to get these points started. Barrington's up 2-0.
With the break.
Carlin Martin to serve.
So here's Carlin Martin to serve with the break.
Struggling with that wind again.
To Stephanie Matko.
Wind kept that up.
Well, it was long.
I tell you, the wind is a huge factor out here. These girls are used to playing doubles in a certain formation and hitting certain shots, and the wind's changing all that around. They have to keep improvising out here.
Ashley was going to let it go and realized the ball was knocked down by the wind and then just hit a half overhead there and sent it long. Now we're at 15 all.
Natalie couldn't judge that one, couldn't get it up.
What do you do in a situation like this, Corky? Obviously, the tournament's outside. You're a player. You've got to compete here. What do you do? Just throw strategy out the window and hope the ball goes in court?
Well, you've got to completely change your game around. You got to have a mix of lobs. You got to hit a lot of balls on the fly that you're not used to hitting on the fly. You got to play in very dangerous areas of the court, in real close on one side, back real far on the other, and then you're letting your opponent have all these openings. It's very difficult. I'm sure these girls continuously changing their strategy as this wind kicks around.
Stephanie along on that one, so it's 30-15. missing the easy volley.
Well, Stephanie just took her eye off the ball. There's a wide opening down the middle there. Stephanie took her eye off the ball, staring at the court.
Game point here for Carlin Martin.
40-30.
Double fault, 40-30.
Now that ball got pulled forward on her second serve and she pushed it into the net. Got to hit up on that far side and hit out on the near side.
And Natalie shoots that one.
Darrington.
Wide of the baseline, wide of the sideline, so it's 3-love.
First set.
They're having
For
a
the
lot of
Martin.
trouble.
Yeah.
Well, the Matcos like to establish a rhythm from the baseline to try to set up some of their other strategies when they're playing one up, one back, and they're having a lot of trouble establishing that rhythm.
Well, they won this tournament 2 years running, upset last year, and now trying for a third title in state, and no one has done that on the doubles side.
Amazing.
And just the idea of having two sets of twins competing.
It's just, yeah.
We're sending our crack research staff on that. We don't know if we've
Probably
ever
the only
seen-
time it's ever happened in the universe.
Of course, a couple of years ago, the third Matco sister
Natalie Matco to serve for Aurora West.
was competing in the singles against Chrissy Nolan and lost. So here is Natalie Matco to serve, love 3.
Oh, there's a nice low ball by Natalie. Ashley a little late getting into the ball.
Ashley plays the deuce court, her sister Carlin the ad court. Natalie serving to Carlin.
Oh, that was a great shot by Natalie. A lot of top spin, very low ball. Carlin just couldn't get in quick enough. She was on her way, just didn't get there soon enough.
Well, they wanted to play more aggressively than they had in the past, and they're going to both try to get to the net. And that time, it whistled by him. 30 love.
I've 2 points. I thought I put you here. With the point.
Stephanie Long there, good rally.
Trying to hit a little lob over the Martin. Stephanie lifted a little too high, got caught by the wind and sailed long. Natalie seems to be handling this wind pretty well. She's serving well right now. Hope I don't jinx her.
Trying for their first game in this match, down love 3. Wind at Natalie's back as she serves. And there's a double fault.
And the wind caught that one too. Sure she didn't expect that to go out.
First double for Natalie Matco.
Okay, Ashley's moving her feet, getting ready to charge in on this one.
30 all.
There goes the wind. Natalie smartly let that one drop. Ball
Compounding the problem is the sun in the eyes right now.
Right, sun in the eyes.
Right into the sun.
Ball going to the left. Now there's the winds under that one. Well, on a calm day that might have stayed in, but all the top spin in the world wasn't going to bring that one down.
And again, it's break point.
It's a 40-foot lob that was probably out by 20.
So Natalie, who started off winning the first 2 points, now in trouble of going down 2 breaks. she
double
does,
fault.
yeah. Second double fault, and it is love 4. Barrington and the Martin twins ahead of West Aurora and the Matco twins.
Okay, good deep serve.
Ashley Martin serving.
Seemed to handle the wind pretty well that time. Another return in the net. Matcos are trying to keep the ball real low here and just keeping it a little too low.
And second serve called a let. Boy, the Matcos just can't buy a point here, and that an easy sitter for Natalie. And
Natalie just threw her hands up after she hit that one. Probably took a little bit too much backswing. You don't need to swing in this wind. All you got to do is make contact.
triple game point to go up 5-love. Natalie fires the backhand. That worked that time.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of tennis the Matcos like to play. Stay in the backcourt and slug ground strokes until they get an opening. Again, the Martins are at the net, but Ashley couldn't make the volley.
Ashley to serve, 40-15. Just out.
Just
terrific.
long.
Best point of the match.
Great point. Moving that ball all over the place. Everybody getting involved in there. Natalie even stuck her racket in there and hit a nice volley. Martins again. Martins at the net. And Matco slugging ground strokes.
And we're at deuce.
Well, Carlin played that volley. She thought she'd hit a winner there. Wasn't ready for the ball to come back, and Stephanie reflexed it back up.
From 40 love to break point.
Now, tough to close out these big games when you know you're about ready to win it.
Back to deuce.
Okay, that time we had both Matcos at the net. Haven't seen that yet today. Natalie dumps a volley in the net. She was going for it. She had the right idea, just hit the ball down too far. That one's long. The wind kicked up right in the middle of Stephanie's swing there. This wind is not only pretty high to start out with, it's gusting and it's swirling. Very hard for these girls to figure out what to do with their swings.
Ashley serving game point.
That one goes long.
And so it is love 5 against the Matcos. The Martins are in command here in the first set. Stephanie Matco serving love 5.
Ball hit right on the line. Wind blew it about 25 feet, but it landed on the line.
And you can see it blew the Matcos ball right back in their face. So an easy put away.
Carlin did a great volley. Natalie tried to reflex it back, but she was way too deep in the court.
Love 15.
That was a close one. Stephanie almost ended up in the umpire's lap, the line judge's lap there.
And Ashley with the backhand.
Great angle off the court.
Net, yeah. So the Martins 2 points in the first set here.
Yeah, now we got like a 40-mile-an-hour gust here.
It is just brutal. Stephanie serving, love 30, love 5.
Martin's really taking advantage of this wind, taking advantage of their height.
Yeah.
Carlin got in on that one. She knew right away she was going to be able to put a racket on. All she did is tap it.
Or triple set point here. Triple break point. Game and first set 6-love to Ashley and Carlin Martin over the twice defending state champions. So right away in a very, very quick time, there Ashley and Carlin. And they're looking for the not only the first state championship, but the first time they've beaten the Matcos in the tournament, and they have taken this set 6-love. We don't want to make too much of the conditions. You can't. It is absolutely brutal out here for the players. But it's, as they say, the same for both teams. Good play by Natalie. Love 15.
Carlin had a thought there, but Natalie was all over that one.
Carlin Martin serving love 15.
Good reflex by Ashley there. Stephanie couldn't get a racket on it in time.
And a double fault.
Again, the wind got behind that one a little bit, not quite enough spin to bring it down.
Second double fall for Carlin Martin. First game, second set. Martin's won the first 6-love. And Ashley with the answer from the backhanded net.
Again, as soon as that ball went up, she had her racket cocked, ready to go, angled the ball off the court. Natalie had no chance for it.
30 all. Sherry Volberg in the chair calls a let. First serve at 30 all. Here she comes to net. Beautiful backhand volley.
Well, we're starting to see the advantage of coming to the net in doubles. On a calm day, you might be able to win this with ground strokes, hitting cross court, hitting the ball low, but in this wind, come to the net, hit it on the fly. Makes a big difference.
Serve was long. Natalie Matko to receive. And that time, Ashley hit one. It was a sitter, but not in this wind. Nothing is for sure.
I think she was waiting for another cross-court ground stroke there. She got caught a little bit off guard. Ball hit her racket. I don't think she really was going after it.
Now we're at 40 all.
Now, all of a sudden, in the middle of her swing that time, Stephanie's swing, the wind just stopped.
It really is a dice game here. You just don't know what's going to happen. Not before you swing, after you swing, while you swing. again.
The wind is blowing from the northwest, so there is a little bit of an angle to this wind, and I think that's what caught Ashley off guard that time.
That's from the back to the front. Back left to front right.
That's sailing out.
Advantage of
Get that ball up too high in this wind and it's gone.
And the Matcos have a break point, trying for their first game in this match. And they get it, so they're on the board.
That was a lob that turned into a drop shot, and Carlin couldn't get a racket on the ball.
Well, the Matcos open up with a break for West Aurora, so first game, second set goes to the Matcos. They trail 1 set. Away by the wind as well.
Right, the wind's blowing that net strap and loosening the net. They would have to keep it at that 3-foot height to make it legal, and I know they're struggling with that, but they're working on it.
It has
Trying
been
to clamp
a
that
struggle.
down.
There's Natalie Matco. She will serve. To Ashley Martin as we are in game 2 here in the second set. The Martins from Barrington lead 1-0 here in the girls' state tennis doubles final. Weather, of course, more suited for football. Even that might be a stretch.
I wouldn't want to be a passing team on a day like today.
Oh, that's true. Take one of those spirals and make it flutter. If you're joining us late, the Matco sisters won this tournament in 1996 and 97. Lost it a year ago. And on their way to their titles, they have beaten the Martin sisters, both sets of twins. Obviously, they're quite familiar with each other. And right now, the Martin girls very much have the upper hand, breezing, and we use that term very loosely, breezing to the first set.
No pun intended.
At love, Natalie Matco to serve here. Their team from West Aurora leads the second 1-love. Lost long.
Must not have gotten that lob up high enough to catch any wind, because if it had hit that wind, it would have dropped like a stone.
Yeah.
Why not?
Love.
Ashley Martin got caught sleeping, but they got lucky on that one. Ball went right by her shoulder. Should have swung at that one. But again, ball got netted. Here's Stephanie at the net.
So
Ball goes in the net.
back to live action. Natalie serving at 15 all. Natalie Matco. And just long on the forehand.
Okay, Carlin's moving around up there. Natalie looked for an opening down the alley, and I think on a calm day it might have stayed in. Hate to keep beating a dead horse here, but these girls have to take that wind into consideration when they set up for their shots.
Carlin charging the net.
Okay.
And 15-40.
Putting a lot of pressure on Natalie that time. She tried to bring the ball down low, just brought it down too low. Ball ended up in the net. Good strategy in the wind. Keep moving in, force your opponent to make decisions.
15-40, double break point. And that one's wide, so the break goes back. Each team now with one.
Natalie stumbled a little bit coming in for that short ball, and then flicked it with her wrist. The ball just sailed wide. She comes flying in, got under it a little too much, and it goes wide and long.
Ashley Martin serving.
That one's wide.
15 love.
Stephanie got caught a little bit off balance on that one. Great volley. Carlin's all over that ball. CC Cahill's trying to stay warm there.
Is Cece, two-time state champion herself, back for Hinsdale Central in the 80s. Went on to be Notre Dame's first female scholarship athlete, I believe.
Terrific.
And the point from the Matcos.
You're full of all kinds of fun information, Mike.
Just trying to stay warm. Tell you another thing about the Martins. Their dad was a state champion here.
Really?
You know that. Dave Martin was a state doubles champion back in the early 1970s, early 1969.
Right.
Boy, there's that height again, Corey.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a height thing. I don't think the Matcos have yet figured out how high to get the ball up to get it over their heads.
Now they have two problems: the height of the opponents and the wind. So that's pretty lethal right now.
And the Martins are taking advantage of it. There's the game.
Barrington leads 2 games to 1 in the
So 2
second
games
set.
to 1 for the Martins. So they lead the match 1-0.
Matco's still struggling to figure out this wind. You know, tried to flick that one, wasn't high enough, ended up in the net. Last one before that was too high and sailed out.
Well, we know actually their sister Michelle Matco is here. Michelle, we told you, was a singles finalist a few years ago. Is now playing at Ohio State, where she plays both singles and doubles, not at the same time, of course. There's the scoreboard. That's our situation. Remember, the Matcos have won this thing twice. Looking for a record-setting 3rd championship. It's a long uphill climb right now.
That's a great picture. CC Cahill's probably about 5 feet tall.
Yeah, the girls are
And
close
the
to
Martins
6
are
feet.
close to 6.
So you know what? Don't get on the court with her or tell her she's short.
No, absolutely not.
Brian Brooks talking to the Matcos. They work with him. Also, of course, with Bill Dahm at the Aurora Tennis Center. He's their pro coach. A lot of the players at the high school level have the pro coach. What's interesting about the Martins is that Cece is their coach, period. And this has been a very unusual situation.
It's
and
a great
they're
relationship.
Very happy with that. Yeah. As they say, it's worked well for everybody.
And it's nice to go out on the court and know that you have that one voice that you can count on.
Well, we're on serve here in the second set. Natalie Matco and sister Stephanie. Stephanie now to serve at 1-2. The Martins won the first set at Love. And the wind now seems to have shifted. It's almost like a crosswind now coming out of the northwest to the west. Boom. Natalie takes it at net.
Okay, Natalie really anticipated the wind that time. She was on the run and she wasn't going to stop until she got to the ball. Good job of playing the wind.
It's coming from the top left to bottom right. That's the way to describe it on your screen. So any ball hit from the near court is going to be knocked down. Right on the baseline.
Just barely caught the back of the line.
There's that problem again. It's, you know, you think you have it, but it's the wind as much as the technique.
That ball on a calm day probably would have bounced close to the baseline, barely got over the net, and Ashley just took too big of a swing.
Love. Yes. Stephanie is just beside herself. Just don't know what to do with your toss. Trying to wait it out. Total frustration right there. Second double fault for Stephanie.
Looking up at the sky, shaking her head. She can't figure out what's going on here. But you can't invent a wind serve in the middle of the match, that's for sure.
30-15. Good serve there, 40-15.
Once she gets it in, it's effective. But she's really struggling, as we've said before. The toss is all over the place. It's hard to make solid contact.
And you know, folks, while the Martins have dominated this match, it is far from over. We're on serve here in the second set.
Look at that.
Well,
there's the wind again.
40-30.
These girls spend 12 months out of the year working in certain conditions, and all of a sudden they get a day like today. Again, it's on both sides of the net, but some games lend themselves better to playing in these conditions than others. Here's a let.
Fault. Second serve coming. Oh, good backhand by Carlin.
Yeah, Natalie moved a little too early there, and Carlin set up for that backhand.
Nobody home. Here it is again. So we are at 40 all. Just wide of the line. Good stroke there by Stephanie.
Yeah, again, caught Carly unaware. Racket barely got on the ball. Oh, that goes wide.
Point here for the Matcos.
There's a nice serve.
So Barrington very much here at 2-all as Aurora coming through. West Aurora, after losing the first set, we're tied. And here's Carlin to serve.
Now, all of a sudden that sun is out.
Nope, that one's gone. Natalie made a nice dig of the half volley there.
Yeah, she did. She picked that one up, stepped back and slugged that lob. I thought it was going to stay in, but again, the wind died down just in time for the ball to go long. And very unpredictable out here.
15 love.
Nice serve, good deep serve. Natalie hit that a little off her back foot. Ball dies in the net. Another deep serve from Carlin.
40 love.
Stephanie's still shaking her head.
Maybe
Can't
the
find
wind's
her rhythm.
blowing her head from side to side. Natalie Matko goes behind Ashley. Yeah, it's Ashley. Have to check.
We've got to get them to wear names on the front of their shirt so we can tell who's who.
Well, I asked them. I said, well, you know, one of us has a narrower nose. I go, oh, no.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, great reflex. Oh, yeah, she's all over that. Great anticipation there by Ashley. Really got back in that point. She got beat down the line the point before, but she was there for that one.
So we are still on serve, 3-2, as Barrington, the Martin sisters, take the game from the Matko sisters. And first serve was a let. Ashley hit the forehand, and Stephanie just, again, the wind.
She looks a little distracted here. A little upset with herself, a little upset with the way things are going. Reach for that backhand.
Well,
Sailed out.
Well, neither team can really establish a rhythm. The Matcos seem to be at even more of a disadvantage. And give the Martins credit.
Oh yeah, they're doing a job out here. Oh, that's a nice angle from Natalie. Carlin didn't get in close enough, and that ball was on the ground before she had a chance to go for it.
And the wind died down too, which
Yeah, and that always helps.
Facilitated that shot.
Yeah,
We're 15 all.
Look at that ball curve. Wind kicks up again.
Gonna go left to right. And good answer by Carlin.
Carlin got under that volley real well, bent her knees down, got a little underspin on it, kept the ball low. Natalie tried to get under the lob, and the ball just sailed as soon as it got up in the air.
Here at Prospect High School, we want to make mention Jean Walker has been the tournament director for 22 years. It's her final year. I know she doesn't want to go out on a day like this, but I know she'll be around next year to help out as well. We really appreciate Jean's work, especially under these conditions. So hats off to Jean. They'll be blown off anyway, but hats off to Jean.
Oh,
Just wide.
just a little wide.
So Carlin hit that one.
Yeah, she barely cleared Ashley's head on that forehand, topspin forehand. Got to be careful.
30 all. And she got it.
Ball stayed in. Again, the wind knocked it down.
Ashley had that one curl and just plunk right down on the sideline.
Stephanie's just hanging her head up there going, I can't figure this
What more
out.
can we do? Break point against. And it's long.
All right,
Good
great,
rally.
great hustle. Ashley got there and just hit the ball a little too flat. I think that's the kind of point that Matco's would like to play, keep more ground strokes going and not have to volley the ball, but I think they're going to have to stay really active at the net to pick off some balls here to turn this match around. I mean, it is close.
They must win this game or go down 2-4 in a set too.
Oh, Carlin really got behind that lob.
Barrington.
Stephanie stuck her racket out, but just a little late.
Break point, Barrington.
Good anticipation by Carlin, but couldn't get there quite in time. Stephanie's waiting for that. You can see her bouncing around up the net, looking for a chance to get over, and finally she got her opportunity and made the best of it.
Sister Michelle Matco is here watching her twin sisters. And the other Martins are here. Whitney, Caitlin, and David, they're all here watching their sisters. Big family affair. Hope you're enjoying it from the warm comfort of your living room.
Advantage Barrington.
Double fault.
For Natalie, that's number 3. And again, a break point here. And they get it this time, the Martins do.
Okay, Carlin very
breakthrough.
active. Got down low for a volley, chipped it, got back for the overhead, and smacked it for a winner.
Critical game for the Martins. They now own the break as well as the first set at 4-2, and Ashley's going to serve. A state title looms. Meanwhile, Natalie Matko has got to do a little housekeeping. I guess there's a stray leaf. Ashley serving to Stephanie. And for Ashley, her first double fault. Matko's have to break here if they have any kind of a chance in this match.
Oh, that was great reaction.
Carlin.
Carlin's really on her toes there.
Both these teams undefeated this year. Here's the poach. And there's the answer from Natalie.
Well, again, the wind caught Carlin a little bit out of position there. She stopped running, and that ball was she barely got that racket off the end, ball at the end of her racket.
Did you ever play in anything like this, Corky?
Well, luckily for the boys' season, it gets better as the season goes on. I have played in these conditions before, but not for very long. By the time I had to do it, it didn't make any. Oh, let's go inside, guys.
Take the hour and forget it. That one's long.
Again, aggressive play by the Martins, forcing the Matkos to go for a little too much. The ball sails.
And game point coming up. 40-30. For a 5-2 second set lead for the Martins.
Natalie's got a smile on her face. Let's see if she's got something up her sleeve here.
Went right at Carlin.
Uh-oh, didn't catch her that time. That's game.
Game Barrington, they are one game away from the state championship. Well, both teams huddle up with their coaches, and we mean that literally on a day like this. That's the situation. Natalie and Stephanie Matko, they've won 2 championships, looking to set a state record by winning a 3rd as a doubles team. Talk about the mountain they have to climb. It's Everest right here. And the Martin sisters, again, getting set for a modicum of revenge, as they have been knocked out of this tournament the last couple of years by the Matkos. And right now, upper hand 5-2. Again, if you're just joining us, temperatures are in the low to mid 40s. The winds are gusting to more than 30 miles an hour. Probably have been better if it rained, because it would have chased the tournament inside. At this point, really, you play with the hand you're dealt, and the Martins have pulled some aces so far. Here, Stephanie Matko to try to save things, at least prolong them for her team. At 2-5.
Crowd doing the best they can to get the Matkos pumped up here, trying to do everything they can.
All the girls are seniors. All are ranked. Yeah.
Stephanie banging herself on the head.
And 2 are frustrated.
What am I thinking? What am I doing?
Well,
things keep changing. I can't figure it out.
And I think we hit on it earlier, Corky. The height advantage is particularly so in this kind of weather, because the Matkos have to deal with the height as well as the wind. Nice shot by Carlin there. That
Good
one missed.
reflex. That was called wide.
Yeah, the Mackos, Carlin and Ashley Martin love to take the net, and then Stephanie and Natalie have to get the ball over them and around the wind.
Yep.
It's a lot to ask, it
Very,
seems.
very narrow corridor there. Just long. Not enough wind to pull that one down. Again, the Martins at the net. Matko's at the baseline.
And the Martins 2 points away. Super
Oh,
play.
great exchange. Really great doubles right there. Natalie had a great reflex.
And Ashley had the answer.
She was all over it.
So here we are.
Ready for the
double
ball to
match
come back.
point. State championship on the line here for the Martins. Double breaker, double match point.
That's long. Wind got under that one, gusted up just as Ashley was getting ready to swing, and it just sailed on her.
Save one.
Oh my goodness. There's the wind again.
Yeah. And that's
Oh,
it.
no.
What a way to end it.
That's too bad.
Not much you can do, but you know what? This is a match that all four of these girls are going to tell their grandkids about. And by the time they tell, it's going to be -20 with 4-foot snow gusts. But let me tell you, it was some kind of job by the Martin twins today. And the Matko twins with 2 championships, well, they can take some consolation in that. 6-love, 6-2. The team from Barrington are the champs. Six love, 6-2. The final championship scores for Ashley and Carlin Martin over Natalie and Stephanie Matko. We'll take a look now, Corky, at the Pepsi point of the match. It came in the final game. Stephanie Matko serving.
Great reflex, and then Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley's across. Ending it right there. Happy champions.
Well, they certainly earned this one.
Yeah, they took advantage of their height and their aggressiveness at the net.
And they are the champs. The first time in 3 tries they've been able to beat the Matkos. So now we've got hugs from their coach, CC Cahill Coates. And Barrington is the champion. The girls doubles champions for the year 1999, the last champions of the millennium. We'll be back right after this. Prospect High School, and we have the winners on my left. We've got Ashley. On my right, we've got Carlin, and congratulations to you both. Talk a little bit about, well, first of all, when you knew what kind of weather you were going to face, what was the strategy here?
We tried to come in more and make the points shorter because the ground strokes get blown a lot in the wind, and we just wanted to get in the net the whole time, especially.
It seemed as though your height was a big advantage. Did you deliberately plan to, so let's take advantage of it today?
Yeah, we try and come in, put the ball away, and being taller, I guess, helps.
It certainly did. What about the condition? How bad were you thinking about it every point? Were you thinking, is it cold? Can I get out of here? What's going on? What goes through your head in a situation like this?
You don't really think about it in this match because we've been playing in it for 3 days, and actually it's warmed up since this morning, so.
Oh, well, that's good. Do you feel the same way?
Yes, but you have to think about the wind every time you change over. Think about how the ball's going to fall and where you need to hit it and aim.
Yeah, it seemed as though every stroke was a struggle. I mean, nobody knew where the ball was going, what. Even in the middle of a stroke, the situation could change.
Yeah, you have to think about where it's going to land, and a lot of times we weren't coming up far enough on the court because it's bouncing so short. That was a problem at the beginning. We kind of changed our strategy to get used to it.
Serving, a lot of fun too, huh?
Yeah, the wind blows your toss all over, so.
What did Coach tell you? What did CC say as far as dealing with these elements?
She just told us to make sure we step into the ball so that it gets deep enough, because if they get a short ball, they're going to hit it right at you. and also just move your feet a lot because that helps.
6-love first set. Were you surprised that it went so quickly?
Yeah, we were.
Well, did you? I mean, these are competitors. You know, the Matko sisters. You know them for a long time. You've lost to them more than they've lost to you. Did you see that they were having a lot of problems with this, or was it something you're both out here and we're just going to make the best of it? They look like they were in tough shape.
Yeah, I don't know. We both had to deal with the same thing, so you can't really think about it that much.
Okay, well, congratulations. It's a way to go out as seniors. Any idea about college, where we're going yet? Do we know? No. Okay, well, watch this space because we'll find out shortly. Congratulations to both the Martin twins and to the whole family, and, of course, to Barrington High School. We'll be back with more right after this. Well, that's the story here at Prospect High School. Ashley and Carlin Martin, the state champions in doubles for the 1999 season. A 6-love, 6-2 win over the Matko sisters, Stephanie and Natalie of West Aurora. So our congratulations to the Barrington team. For Corky Layton, I'm Mike Lederman. So long from Mount Prospect. You've been watching IHSA Championship Tennis on Fox Sports Net.